Museum roll call.
Oh.
Who are you?
Rachel Drury,
What is your job title?
Learning Enabler.
What does that actually mean? In 5 words or less?
Oh, 5 words. Creating engagement for museum audiences. 5 words.
Perfect. And how do you like your eggs in the morning?
Oh, pre-COVID, scrambled on toast. Post-COVID, I can't eat eggs anymore because I can't cope with the smell.
Oh, I'd be gutted. Where are we right now?
So this is one of our learning studios on level 4 of the museum.
And what do you do in this space?
All sorts of different things, mainly sessions and workshops for different audiences that we have coming in.
Oh wow, what are all these objects?
So the room is currently set up for an ancient Egyptian handling session. So we're going to have a class come in and get hands-on with some of these objects.
Can you show us an object? Maybe one the children particularly like?
Oh, they love so many of them. I think one of their favorites, and one of mine as well, is actually this one here. So this is a replica of a toy mouse. So a toy they would have had in ancient Egypt. And I think it's just really great because it's not something that pupils are expecting to see. And it just kind of shows, you know, a bit of the life of the ancient Egyptians living all that time ago.
Cool. What's another museum that you love?
I mean, I love, I'm a bit of a museum nerd, but I think one of my favorites is the Castle Museum in York because I've been there. I spent a lot of my childhood there. They have an incredible social history collection and an amazing Victorian street. So I love it.
And how long have you worked here?
For, oh my goodness, 10 years next month, which is terrifying, but I've loved it all.
And in 50 years, what will we feel nostalgic about?
Do you know, I have no idea. It's always amazing to see what people actually are nostalgic about. So I would love to see in 50 years what we are reminiscing about.
Jaffa cakes, biscuit or cake?
Oh, the eternal debate. For me, I would say biscuit. Yeah, because that's how I would enjoy them, like a biscuit.
And what was your first job?
Babysitting. I loved it.
Have you got a piece of the handling collection that's your favourite?
Yes, I do actually, and it's just in this cupboard here. Would you like to see?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is our handling cupboard. So we keep lots of our handling collections that we use with different audiences. And my favourite one is just here. So this object is an elephant's tooth. And I love it because, I mean, I never thought I'd get to handle an elephant's tooth in my life. It's so heavy, it's huge, it's just one tooth. And I just think it's incredible. And when we show it to different audiences, they have a really similar reaction of just, wow.
It is very cool. Which film made a lasting impression on you?
Oh, The Witches by Roald Dahl. I saw it when I was a child at the cinema and I couldn't sleep for weeks afterwards. I think to this day, it is the scariest film I have ever seen.
Mashed potatoes or chips?
That's hard. Chips with salt and vinegar, but I do like mashed potato as well. I'm not going to do them down.
Where are we heading?
So I'm going to head down to level 1 of our museum because that's where I'm going to meet the class who's doing the object handling session.
Can we tag along?
You can if you would like. I'm going to pop down in the lift, but I could meet you down there.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Hi again.
Hi there.
What's the biggest misconception about your job?
That I only work with children, or that my team only work with children, because we work with people of different ages and stages, and that's one of the best things about what we do.
What's the most beautiful place you've ever visited?
The Tatra Mountains in Slovakia.
Can you tell us about a fun project you worked on?
Yes, I can. In fact, it involves this case right here. So this is a case we put together recently. It's on tetrapods, and in 2021, as part of a Discover the Museum project, myself and a colleague worked with 2 primary 4 classes from Canal View Primary, and they helped us put together this label for the case. So they chose the stories, they chose the picture, and they got to learn loads about tetrapods, working with different members of museum staff, and they also got a chance to explore the museum and learn about how we put displays together, and it was just a genuinely fantastic experience. Like, I loved it, and they were fantastic kids.
Well, that is a great project. And fossils rock.
They do, yeah.
Are there any others you can show us?
Yeah, so we have lots of fossils here in the museum. One of my favourite facts though is that we actually have fossils under our feet. So the floor here It's part of a seabed millions of years ago, and it's filled with fossils of sea creatures that lived in the sea. So things like ammonites, belemnites, and not everyone knows that, but when you do, it's really fun to try and spot the different fossils.
So cool. What object would you take home if you could?
Actually, it's just through here if you want to come.
What's your claim to fame?
This video. But I also do a very good Cher impression.
Whoa, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Where are we?
So this is our Imagine Gallery. So it's a gallery designed for our youngest audiences, and it's a way for them to explore the collections, to have a little bit of fun, and just to get familiar with the museum and just kind of enjoy exploring.
Very cool.
And the object that you asked me about is actually this one up here. So this is a cauliflower teapot, and I just love it because I think it's really cute, and I love tea, and I just love to serve tea from something like that. And I think it would go very well in my cozy little flat.
If your job was a song, what would it be?
Oh, that's a hard one. With a little help from my friends, because I work in an incredible learning team, and we can share ideas with each other and sort of support each other, so hopefully create the best content that we can.
Amazing. Now here's a really easy question. Can you tell us a joke?
It's not easy. That's hard. Okay, this is one a child shared with me recently, and it's knock knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
Yeah, you know Europe who. And yeah, I'm sorry that it was a poo joke, but it did make me laugh, and I think you're never too old for that.
And what's your favourite word?
My favourite word is, where am I going? Discombobulate, which is what I am right now.
And what's the weirdest skill you've learned in your role?
The weirdest skill I've learned in my role is probably to take any nursery rhyme and change the lyrics to fit with a museum theme or collection. But I did also learn to fire twirl once, which is a bit different.
And what's the funnest part of your job?
The funnest part of my job is any time I get to be a little bit dramatic, and I love, love, love to sing. So I love it anytime I get to sing to different people.
And what's been your favourite day at work ever?
My favourite day of work ever was probably delivering a session called Ice Ice Baby, which was a really sensory, playful session that we delivered for our early years audience, all about the Ice Age. I mean, who doesn't love the Ice Age?
And what object are people most surprised by?
Oh, just through here, follow me.
Whoa! Where are we right now?
So this is our grand gallery. So this is the kind of large central part of the old Victorian part of the museum. And I love it in here. It's big and it's bright, and you can get access to all the other galleries off this central one.
What's the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part of my job is, when I'm doing object handling on the galleries and I need to move the objects in a big object handling trolley, and I have to get them between the museum cases. It's quite nerve-wracking.
And what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I still kind of want to be an actress, so I hope I'm doing well here. Oh, and sorry, you mentioned the most surprising thing. So it's actually this object right behind me here. So this is a sperm whale skull. What's surprising to a lot of the children is that it's not a dinosaur. They get really excited when they see it. They're convinced it's a dinosaur, but it's a toothed whale. It's a sperm whale. Still love it.
What's one thing visitors coming here shouldn't miss?
So my favourite part of the museum is actually on level -1. So that's through in our Scottish collections, and it's the wildlife diorama. So it's a Caledonian forest from thousands of years ago, showing all the animals and the trees that would be there, and it's just incredible.
And finally, do you have one piece of advice for someone thinking about working in museums?
I think just get to know your local museum, get to know the staff that work there, and just ask questions, because we're generally very nice and willing to help and offer advice where we can.
Amazing, thank you.
No worries at all. I'm afraid I actually need to run off because I need to meet my school, but it's been lovely chatting with you, and I will say goodbye for now.
Thanks, Rachel.
Bye.
Bye.